Dun 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 dun. Hello. Hi, hey there, everyone. Hi. Let me say hello. Firehill 20. Hello. Logan Kawach. Hello. Umkar. Hello. Cronus. Hello. Low Budget Slow. Hello. Blimey Limey. Hello. Ashley Sia. Hello. Edoranton. Hello. Cillian 91. Hello. Did I say hi to everyone? Astral Tropos. Hello. Penboo. Hello. Hi. How is everyone? How are you doing? Happy Sunday if it's Sunday for you. Probably Monday for some of you. If it's Monday, you should probably think of going to bed because I assume it's like probably really early in the morning. Actually, I don't know. What is like the biggest... Hi, Med Anime? Do you do like medical videos on anime? Hi, Swirly Bro. Hi. There's some new names today, some old names. It's good to see everyone. How is everyone's weekend though? Or... I guess Monday for some people. Hello, the grits. Yeah, psychiatric meds. Oh no, it's 1 minute into Monday. Well, I hope if you have like work or school tomorrow, I hope it's not too early because actually I can't even be that judgmental because I regularly stay up to midnight on school nights. So it's like, who am I to talk? I am a hypocrite, I admit it. But anyways, hi. Good to see everyone. I don't know. Hi, Cyan. My brain is resetting. I tried to like avoid caffeine today. I strongly considered drinking some... Hi, Baragon. I strongly considered drinking some caffeine before this stream, but I was like... It's number one, it's not very good. I mean, caffeine is not like the worst, but I don't think it's the best habit. But then number two, it's like... It's evening in the USA. Dahlia, the weremoth. I like your name. Hello. Yeah, it's good to see everyone. It's in the USA, it is evening, so it's like it would be even worse if I had caffeine right now. And then I have school tomorrow at 8, which is like for medical school relatively, like that's actually like not that early because I've had classes start at like I have to be at the hospital at 7 or 6, so 8 is actually not that bad, but I have senioritis because I Hi Vinicius, cute girl detected. I hope so. Thanks for saying that. I try my best. So 8 a.m. is not even that early, but it's like I just have senioritis. It's like I had an online class for a month, so it's like I got used to, you know, go to bed at like midnight, wake up at like 9:30 a.m., like kind of lay in bed for an hour, like finally like get up and go eat lunch at 10 a.m. or whatever. But now it's like, ooh, BS. Oh no. Match day. Oh no. And hi, Blimey Limey. Hi, Baragon. I don't know if I said hi. Probably. Anyways, hi. Oscar. Oh, there's so many people here today. Yeah, people are asking about match day, and if you guys don't know what that is, I am avoiding the G word since I'm a VTuber, but I am completing my degree as a medical student in a couple of weeks. So so in the USA, after you do medical school, you have to go practice your specialty for a couple of years before you're like a fully fledged physician. But it's like you just get accepted into one program. Like everyone gets accepted into one program in hopefully their specialty they wanted. So it's like theoretically I could match like various places in the United States. It could be like East Coast, West Coast, like middle of the United States. Like I could end up at the same school I'm at now. Like I could end up it's just like so crazy. It's like I could end up in various places, and it's like on Friday all medical students in the USA like gather to open an envelope and it says where you're gonna go for your next however many years. So it's like it's a crazy week for if you have friends who are in medical school in the USA, say hi to them. They're like, if they're fourth year like me, they're probably suffering. But I'm just dissociating. I'm trying to dissociate. It's like I could sit here and freak out over it and get upset, or I could just like play video games and like, hi, Mino9 433. Hope I pronounced that right. So the way it works is like, number one, I haven't said my specialty on stream yet. Maybe I eventually will, like, because I'm really passionate about it. But it's like I just feel like if I said my specialty, that just makes me like slightly more identifiable in real life. It's like, I don't know, because that narrows me down from like thousands of med students to probably like a couple hundred or whatever. But so the way it works is you can apply into like one specialty, or theoretically you could apply into two. It's like if you're applying into a really competitive specialty, you could apply into like a backup one that's less competitive. And then programs invite you to interviews to like programs all over the country, or wherever you applied. And then they interview you. All of mine were online, luckily, but it's like online interviews that are a couple of hours. And then you make a list where you rank how much you like them. And they make a list of which applicants. Hi, Daishima. Yeah, we have free samples today, definitely. But it makes the programs also make a list of their favorite applicants, and then it goes through a computer, and it's like, oh, you're an M1? That's awesome, Swirly Bro. I hate it. Honestly, M1 was hard for me. I was really bad at like anatomy and biochemistry. And anyone who doesn't know, like M1 or M2 or M3, M4, that's what we call each year of medical school in the United States. What is it? Does it stand for medical year one or medical student? Anyways, long story short, hey, Les Nazgul. I don't know. I'm like, when people in this day and age are not mentally ill, I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, how can you do it? I feel like, I don't know. I'm like, how can you live in this reality and not struggle? But, I'm happy there's people like that. Yeah, basically on Friday, I'm finding out my fate of the next couple of years. It's super weird, but, I'm just trying to be optimistic, and it's, I'm trying to be like, you can hopefully succeed anywhere you end up if you have a good attitude. It's like, there's some cities and some states and some programs I like better than others, but I'm like, you know what? If I like end up somewhere that was like not high on my list, I'm just gonna try to like, be happy, like have fun, make friends, and easier said than done. I'm sure becoming a physician will really challenge me, but I don't know. All we can do is have a good attitude, I guess. I'm lucky to be where I am. I can't complain too much. Yeah, what else is new with me though? And we'll talk. Well, actually, I'll show you my PowerPoint in a few minutes. We'll just let people come in. I don't know. I feel I'm trying to talk to more VTubers on Twitter because I feel like I've been like so antisocial in the year plus that I've been streaming. It's probably been like a year and a half now or something. I forget when I debuted. I think it was like August 2023, which is crazy. I feel so old. What, you don't like Twitter? I'm not on Blue Sky yet. It's like, I don't know. I could make a Blue Sky account, but I heard it's just like, I heard that it hasn't been super helpful for people networking so far. I don't know if that's true, but I think I've made a couple of connections on Twitter so far. What else is new? I don't know. Yeah, I need to collab more, but I'm trying to reach out to more VTubers to collab. Yeah, especially like science VTubers, like ones who know science at all, or medicine, or like engineering or anything. I'm trying to talk to them, and maybe we'll get something cool. Hi, Flu MD. Yeah, it's good. I'm actually surprised I'm meeting other VTubers who are in medicine. It's very cool. It's awesome. Anyways, what else is new? I started watching this anime. It's like, I think it came out a couple of weeks ago. It's like, Ameku MD Doctor Detective. Are you guys watching that? I started watching it because it's like, it's about like a female doctor, which I like, of course, and it's kind of like, Sherlock Holmes or Dr. House, where she's solving. Hi, Skylord Wiki. I like your name. Are you like, do you run a wiki, or is it like you're just passionate about it? But yeah, it's like Anime House MD, and it's like, I don't know if I'm gonna sound like a hater. I like the medicine and stuff, and I actually think most of the medicine has been pretty accurate, and I think I might make some like clips or videos talking about the medicine, because I was pleasantly surprised that most of it seems pretty accurate to me. But like the main character, I actually am not like a huge fan of her yet. I'm only on episode 4, so like I don't know if it'll change, but it's like, I feel like she's one of those characters where it's like, honestly, she's like very mean to she's mean to the other characters. She like bites people and like throws shoes at them and stuff. And like, I feel like we're supposed to forgive it because she's smart and she's like cute. And I'm like, girl, you're kind of evil. Like, she has this conflict with like a psychiatrist because the psychiatrist banned her from the psychiatric unit. And then they kind of act like the psychiatrist is the bad guy. And I'm like, the psychiatrist was kind of right to ban you from the psych department. You're kind of mean. Like, you're kind of unprofessional. Like, honestly, you should be banned from the psych department. I don't know if that's just me. I probably sound like a hater. And it's like, I watched Dr. House. I watched it like a long time ago. Like, I was probably 15 and I'm in my late 20s now. So it's like, maybe if I watched it now, I don't know if my view would change. And it's like, I feel like House is like, he's like a mean guy. He's unprofessional, but I feel like they also made him like, yeah, he's a genius, but I feel like they also made House like he's really funny. Like, he has these, like, he says these one-liners and he like roasts people, and it's like he's being an awful human, but he's like very funny and charming while he does it. And then he kind of has like a backstory too, right? It's like he's like addicted to Vicodin, which is like kind of played as a joke sometimes, but it's like, isn't it because of his like injuries or his problems or whatever? But it's like, I feel like Dr. House was like a bad guy, but he's funny and charming. But it's like, at least for me, hi Cheetah, at least for me so far, I'm like, Amiku is mean and aggressive, and like I don't think she's that funny. I don't know. I don't know if that's just me, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna keep watching it though. It's like I feel like you can have like issues or like criticisms of something and still enjoy it. Do you guys know what I mean? It's like sometimes I can like sit here and really critique something and I can still enjoy it, because I feel like there's like, just with media in general, it's like okay, does she, I think maybe if Amiku, if they kind of give her a backstory or give her some character growth, I will like her more. But so far it's just like, hey, there's this doctor, she's really smart, but she like bites people and screams at people, and she lives in a house on top of the hospital. Hi, Archtelos. But I think if they give her a backstory or if they give her character growth, I'll like her more. That's just me though. But yeah, I feel like sometimes I feel like a hater when I'm watching stuff, because, hi Guy. Yeah, Dr. Jerk, is that on TV tropes? I was like, that has to be a trope. I think the anime is kind of based on House apparently, but I feel like I can sit here and have criticisms of something but still enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not like the biggest fan of her character, but I'm still gonna watch the show and I'm probably still gonna enjoy it and like come away with something from it. So that's what's new with me. I kind of like drink. I went to the movies with a friend this weekend. I went out and touched grass. It wasn't really grass. It was like touching popcorn in the inside of a movie theater and touching an icy. But I saw, it is called Mickey 17. I guess it came out recently, and it's, if you guys saw the South Korean movie Parasite, it was by like, it's by the same South Korean director. So yeah, I thought it was interesting. I feel like that was another movie where it's like, there was some really good stuff, but then I don't know if anyone else saw it. I'm like, I don't even know what movies are popular because I don't really keep up with movies, but apparently, yeah, I Hate You, See You Tomorrow. That's me with so many media franchises. I mean, it's like, I liked the movie. I thought it had an interesting plot, but apparently it's like this movie was kind of in production hell for a long time. Like I didn't read the full details, but apparently it was like released a year later than it was supposed to, because it's like whoever was publishing it didn't like the final cut of the movie, so it's like they had to take some stuff out or redo some stuff or something. So it's like, I won't spoil any of the movie. Well, basically the synopsis is it's like a sci-fi dark comedy where it's this guy has a job where it's like he just does extremely dangerous jobs in space, and they like test vaccines on him and test like cold temperatures on him and stuff, and then he like dies from it continuously, but they just like 3D print him a new body with the same memories, and it's kind of like a dark comedy drama with that. But I just feel like there was kind of like plot points that didn't really get resolved, or kind of like characters were brought up and they seem like they're gonna be important and they never come back again. I don't know. I still enjoyed it. If you wanted to see it, I'd still like think it's fun to see. But there's just kind of some stuff where it's like I kind of wonder like what got cut out of the movie, like what didn't make it, like maybe the full cut would have made more sense. I don't know. And yeah, apparently it's based on a book though, and I think I was seeing everyone online who read the book was enjoying the book more than the movie, which I'm not surprised by. I'm a big book fan, and it's just like movies are special in their own way, but it's like I feel like it can be so hard to condense like 400 pages of plot or whatever to like, hi metal bug, yeah, we're gonna learn meds where we're yapping first. Yeah, but it's like, well, I think actually it's like I'll watch movies if a friend invites me to or something, but it's like I would not rate it in my top like types of media I enjoy because hi Luwak, be there. I think I promise we'll actually talk about meds. I'm just like, it looks like people are still coming in, so I'll let them come in. But yeah, I agree. Like I really like books because well, number one, I'm just a nerd. I don't know, but number two, it's like I think I'm just bad at like sitting still. Like I'm kind of, I don't know if I would like, I like to be doing something like with my hands or whatever. So it's like, if you're playing a video game, like that's pretty interactive. You're clicking around and like, whatever. And if you're reading a book, it's like, that's interactive to me too. It's like you're reading the words and you're creating a mental picture in your head and you're turning the page like digitally or in real life or whatever. But, I've seen movies that I really enjoy, but it's like just telling myself like, okay, I'm gonna sit here for 2.5 hours and like I can't do anything with my hands. It's like you probably shouldn't be on your phone during a movie. It's like it's just hard for me to like sit down and commit to that. And it's like I guess mentally you're interacting with the movie, but I'm like I like it in a video game where I click and something happens, or it's like it's cheesy, but it's like when you're reading a book, like you're the movie director, you set it up in your head. I don't know, but maybe I just need to see more movies and I'll enjoy them. I'll see them with friends though. It's like I got to go out and see my friend and eat popcorn together, so that was nice. Watch TikTok in the cinema. That's so mean though to like the other moviegoers. Yes, this is the phase of class where the teacher is waiting for people to settle down. Yeah. It's like, yeah. Just sitting there is hard for me. But anyways, sorry, the point of that was that apparently this movie was based on a book and people were saying the book is better. And it's like, that doesn't surprise me. It's like, I think if a like book, you just like, you have to cut some stuff out because it's like I feel like 2.5 or 3 hours. It's not that long to introduce like a huge cast of characters and like tons of plot points and tons of kind of like side tangents and stuff versus a book. I don't know. Hi, Eggy Nugget. Hello, it is me. Yay, yippee. I'll give people we'll start at 25 past the hour because it looks like people are still coming in. Rhythm games. I love rhythm games, actually. I played one of my first streams was I think it's still on my channel. I played Dance Dance Revolution once or twice with like an actual dance pad because I actually grew up playing DDR at home because we had it on PS2 and like I think I had it on Xbox 360. So I have like a pretty okay, some DDR fans are like hardcore DDR fans. It's like they buy metal pads for their home, or they'll have like a hi-fi DDR is like a. Some people have like a DDR cabinet in their home that they bought for like $1,500 from a local arcade. I'm not that committed. I think my mat was maybe like $100, like US dollars, or maybe a little more than that. But mine has like rubber foam insert, so it's like. It's not the sturdiest thing, but I think it works out pretty well for me. Like, it doesn't slide around too much, and, yeah. Yeah, but, yeah, one of my first streams was DDR, but I feel like people were, not impressed. Like, because it's like, I feel like if you just look at DDR on a screen and you aren't seeing them, like, jumping around at an arcade or whatever, it looks less impressive, because it's like, most rhythm games you play with your fingers, like, hyper fast button mashing with your fingers. DDR relatively is a lot slower because it's like you're not button mashing with your fingers unless you're playing on a keyboard. It's like you're hopping around with your feet, which is requires a lot more exertion. But it's like people are like, oh, like this kind of looks slow. And I'm like, bro, if you saw my feet, you wouldn't think it looks slow, whatever. Just kidding. But yeah, I think the streams are still up. I think they were very scuffed. It's like, I think my dance mat was going unplugged, or it's like the face tracking wasn't face tracking me because my mat was like sliding away while I played. But I also really like DJ Max. What else do I like? I really like when I get to go to an Asian arcade. This is only like a couple times a year. I'll go to like an Asian arcade, and hi Jack. I really like I think it's Sound Voltex, where it's, I don't know if any of you even know or care what I'm talking about, but I really like Sound Voltex, I think it is. The one where it's like you're spinning, like, there's like little knobs you spin to make like tornadoes in the rhythm game. That's fun. And then I like the ones where it's like a big circle and the notes are going outwards. There's like Waka and My, I think I've played Waka, but yeah, but someday I want to get a hand cam, because I like streaming rhythm games, but it's like I feel like when I stream rhythm games, it's like a debuff. Like people don't come to watch it because it's like I have to focus a lot more. Hi, the angry epic banana. I feel like I talk less because I'm like hardcore focusing, because I like to play really hard songs. And then I think people kind of get bored and leave. But I'm like, maybe if I have a hand cam, people will find it interactive again and will stay. Like, I know I should just stream whatever I want, but I'm like, well, if I get like half my normal viewership, maybe people like don't enjoy it and are not into it. But if people are interested in rhythm games, like I can definitely do that. Yeah, also I played that like so long ago. Oh man, I think I played that in like 2010 to 2012 or something, like actually really long ago. Hand cam, yeah. Yeah, let me drink, because I'm already destroying my vocal cords 2 seconds in because I can't shut up. Yeah, I actually bought a hand cam recently, but don't get too excited yet, because I have to kind of like, most likely since I'm finishing school and having to start a job, like most likely I'll be moving within probably like 8 weeks from now. So I'm kind of like, I don't know, it's like I keep thinking about moving, so I'll be like, oh, I should buy this new thing, and then I'm like, oh man, if I buy that, that's like another thing I have to pack into my car and move. So it's like, maybe I'll set it up now, or just I think when I move, I want to get a bigger desk just so I can have a billion streaming gadgets and junk, and yeah. Subway Surfer and rhythm games. You gotta keep these Zoomers and Generation Alpha busy. Actually, like I've posted my videos on TikTok a couple of times, but hi Karma Komodo. Yeah, I have a corner desk. I'm just like, I need a bigger desk though, because I have too much. I want like someone actually bought, is it called a stream deck, where it's the buttons and you can, you know, rig your face to it and whatever. Someone actually bought me a stream deck like years ago, and I just haven't set it up yet. I guess because I'm lazy, and also I guess I need to decide what I'm gonna do with it. Like because it's like I'm fine clicking around in OBS with my my mouse. I'm like, you know, if I take the stream deck out, I have to do something with it. Like maybe I can add effects to my voices if I'm doing a karaoke, or maybe I can do sound effects to like abuse on occasion. I don't know. Anyways, hi. Hi, Zingboyji. Oh, I'm so happy people are showing up. I hope we can all enjoy learning about Sam. I will switch over to the PowerPoint and we'll sit there and look at it, and we'll give people 60 more seconds. We'll give people 60 more seconds. But look at my cute PowerPoint. I just downloaded this from one of those websites that has cute PowerPoints. I think this is really nice. I don't know. Yeah, air horn button, exactly. Yeah. I would probably abuse it for like one stream and then forget about its existence. Yeah, hi. Happy Sunday though. I was just thinking, I was like, what if people don't want to have like an educational experience because it's the weekend? I'm like, should I stream this on a Tuesday or something? And people be like, oh yeah, it's like the school week, I'm ready to learn. I'm like, what if people are like, it's Sunday, I don't have the mental capacity for this. Oh, what do people just connect the stream deck to OBS, or like what's the move? Because I feel feel like doing OBS with my cursor is not too bad. I don't know though. I don't know. I guess anyways, it's 25 past the hour. I said we'd start, so we would. Where's my hello? I want a laser pointer. There we go. There we go. That's better. See, this is how you know it's real. Anyways, hello. I'm Faye. If you don't know me, I am finishing medical school soon, so I'll be a physician. It's terrifying. I'm coping as best as I can. Don't get injured for the next year. You might see me. Just kidding. Well, don't get injured anyways, because it's probably better if you don't get injured, but that's... Anyways, yeah, hi. Let's see. I put some disclaimers. So yeah, obviously this is about, like, mental illness and, like... I don't know, it's like, I joke about it sometimes. I think a lot of us, like, joke about it a little, like, depression, anxiety, whatever, but it's like, you know, if this is, a situation, like, it's gonna be sensitive for you to hear about this, or you feel like, you know, it's not gonna be good for you to listen to this, like, that's okay, like, you don't have to listen. I also, you know, I try really hard to make my content accurate, but, I try to use, like, reliable resources, but it's possible something is not accurate. It's possible some of you guys in the audience are, like, more familiar with some of these things than me. It's like, I think on occasion I'll meet, like, I think I met, like, a psychiatrist VTuber the other day, so it's like, or not a pharmacist, so it's like, if you're a pharmacist, you probably know this stuff, like, way, way, way better than I ever will. I tried to make it accurate. And if anything, like, doesn't look accurate, you can always tell me, or if it's, like, you think I missed something really important, you can tell me. Source, a green VTuber told me on stream. That's the only source you need. Just kidding. I made all of this up. Just kidding. What else did I put? Yeah, obviously, like, this is not medical advice. If you feel unwell, talk to a professional. And, I'm just providing you information on medications, but, like, if you feel like you need this, or you feel like you're on one and it's not working, or, you know, whatever, like, go talk to a doctor. Oops. I was also gonna say, it's like, just, like, also, it's like, I like, personally, I'm actually on antidepressants, and I find it really helpful. I've been on them for years, and I think it's been a really good thing for me, but I'm not trying to, like, push this on anyone. I'm not trying to tell you you need this. Like, that's up to you and your doctor or your therapist or whoever you see. And, do I use Sketchy for farm? Yeah, I love Sketchy. A lot of things I remember is only because of Sketchy, but, also it's like, you know, when I see a doctor for this, it's like, I would say that there's, like, if you feel like you have depression or anxiety or anything, it's like, this is one potential tool in your toolbox out of many. So it's, well, for anyone, but especially if you're suffering from depression or something right now, I think if you can, do your best to also, or if you are on meds, but you feel like you need, like, more help or whatever, I would encourage you to try your best to exercise and get good sleep and eat a good diet and socialize and do those things too, like, whether or not you're on meds, because I think that's, like, really will be helpful as well. And this, like, I think medications will, I sound like I'm soapboxing, like, these are one tool in your toolbox, and it's, might be right for you, might not be, it might help things, but there's, don't feel hopeless though, there's a lot you can do. Anyways, number 1, antidepressants. I put this first because I'm on them. Also, I think it's just pretty common. It's like, you probably, if you're not on them, you probably know someone who's on them. You know me. Let me read the chat. I'll try to read the chat a little bit. You know a psychiatrist VTuber? I want to meet them. That's cool. Tell them to say hello to me. Adderall, is that a psychiatric medication? I guess so, yeah. I mean, ADHD that's like a learning disorder, so kind of, I guess. Actually, I didn't include Adderall in this. Maybe I should have, but, but yeah, it's like, yeah, it's a serious topic. I mean, so I'm trying to take this seriously today, and if I make jokes or whatever, if you guys make jokes, it's like, you know, we're not making fun of anyone, because I know it's serious. I've been through some of this stuff. We're just trying to make learning fun. SSRI, I think these are extremely common, so I put it first. So what is an SSRI? This means selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. What do those words mean? That's scary. think a lot of us have probably heard of serotonin, but it is a neurotransmitter that's basically all neurotransmitters do a lot of things, but kind of the thing serotonin is known for is like causing a good stable mood, basically. So I will show a picture of this on the next slide, but usually it's like when your neurons are communicating with each other, it's like they'll kind of just like, there's like a synapse between them, which is like, is my music still working? Okay, it is. There's a synapse between your neurons. It's kind of like a little space between your neurons. So usually when your neurons are communicating with each other, it's like they'll kind of just fire off serotonin into the space, and then like hopefully most of it gets taken up by the next neuron. But then if there's extra, you're on fluoxetine. Yeah, that's an SSRI, right? Yeah, but I'll show a picture of this. It'll make more sense. So this basically, when your brain is communicating with serotonin, instead of the excess being taken back, the excess is like left in the void until it can be consumed. So this needs more serotonin available for use. This will make more sense with this photo. So usually it's like, this is a neuron. Okay, so this neuron is firing, this neuron here is trying to fire serotonin into the next neuron. And then but then it's like sometimes there's a little extra serotonin, so then it goes back into the one that fired it through this pink brick thing, I guess. But so what an SSRI does is it's not literally a pink brick. That's just what it looks like to me in this illustration. But SSRI basically closes off this pink thing. So it's like when there's extra, it doesn't go back into the original neuron. It stays in the void until the other neurons can pick it up. So it creates a like more of an abundance of serotonin to be used in the brain, and then you have more serotonin, you know, so you feel good. That's the goal. Okay. So the signal stays longer. Yeah. Kind of like that. Like, just make it so the extra stays out and can be used. And so these are long-term drugs. Usually you won't really start feeling the effects until 4 weeks in, maybe even 8 weeks in. So it's not like, you take this on Monday and then on Tuesday you're feeling great. Like, you do kind of have to stick with it for a little bit. And so there are various kinds of SSRIs. They have different properties. And so some might kind of be more like, they call it activating in psychiatry, like it gives you more energy, and one might be more sedating, so it makes you more sleepy. And that's just like one example of how they're different. They're different in many ways, but just depending on you and your unique situation and, you know, your body and everything. I mean, not literally you, unless you need this. Some of you might need this, I don't know, but it's like maybe one person, their depression really just, it makes them like, really sleepy, and they just, you know, they can't get out of bed and they're just exhausted. So maybe one that wakes them up a little bit. But then maybe for someone else, it's like, usually depression is associated with causing more sleep, but like depression can cause less sleep in some people because we're all individuals and our mental illnesses are individuals. So maybe someone who has like insomnia at night, maybe one like an SSRI that makes them a little sleepy and they can take it before bed would be good. And it's like, it's just so, psychiatric meds are so, hi Nico. If they're all serotonin channel blockers, how do the different effects arise? That's a great question that I don't have the answer to right now. They're probably all slightly different formulations, and honestly, you'd probably need to ask like a pharmacologist for a good answer on that, because I think a lot of psychiatric meds we honestly just don't understand also, because it's like, it's just very hard to study the brain because we can't, it's not like we can like, it's like a lot of, this is kind of a side tangent, but a lot of things in medicine you can just like, you can measure with something. It's like, if you think someone is having a heart attack, there's like specific molecules and things you can measure to see if they're having a heart attack. And you can listen to their heart and get an EKG. And you can, you know, listen with a stethoscope and see if there's different sounds. It's like, oh, thanks for the information, Guy. Okay, so Some act on cholinergic receptors, some act on histamine receptors. Okay, so I didn't know that. So thank you for the information. I won't elaborate on that because I don't know. But it's like there's a lot of things in medicine where we can just like be like, let's get a blood test and we'll find a number for this thing. I think with depression, anxiety, and a lot of the stuff, it's like you can't be like, oh, we put you on SSRIs. Let's measure the depression levels in your blood now. A lot of this stuff I think is like not as well understood as some other medications because it's just a lot harder to like quantify mental illnesses. You know, we can try our best, but and so these are just some examples of different ones. It's like I think it's like one is like better if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. It's like I think there was one that's like more often recommended in like children and teenagers, and it's just like, I mean, I couldn't tell you the difference between all of these off my head, but this is like, if you were gonna go to a doctor, they would probably just be like, let's start you on one of these and you can try that out for 8 weeks. And then if it's working, that's great. And if it's like something's not right, you could try a different SSRI or you could move on to a different med eventually. So SSRIs, I think they're generally like pretty well tolerated. They could have side effects in some people. Like for me, I was on SSRIs for a while and they made me like extremely sleepy. So I just stopped taking them and I take something else now. But hi Zip, I'm glad you're here. But this might look like a long list of side effects, but it's like, I think for most people, it's like you'll get 0 of these or maybe like 1 or 2. And then I guess with all medicines, it's like you're kind of weighing their risks and benefits. Like, I don't know. It's like, I hope none of you have ever been severely depressed, but it's like, maybe if you were severely depressed to the point where you weren't getting out of bed, and then, you know, maybe if the SSRI helps you get out of bed, but it gives you like a headache once in a while, like maybe that's a trade you're willing to make. It's like, maybe you're okay having like a headache or a dry mouth if it lets you live your life and be happy and be with your friends. But then for other people, it's like maybe it just doesn't work out. Like they weren't working out for me, and that's okay. Yeah. Hey, Hook Mages. Oh, there's so many new people here today. So glad. And so SNRIs are, I think these are a little less commonly prescribed, but they exist. So this is similar to SSRI, where it's making something more available in the brain by preventing it from being like the extras being sucked back up. But so this, it's like does serotonin reuptake inhibition, but also makes your brain have more norepinephrine also. I think I forgot to include what norepinephrine is, but norepinephrine is kind of like all neurotransmitters. It has a lot of purposes, but this also, or did I include it? Okay, yeah, it's kind of associated with alertness and attention. So, I think these are less commonly prescribed, but they do have some interesting effects. So for whatever reason, it's like a lot of things in medicine, it's like they were kind of made for one purpose and they end up getting used for something else too. So for whatever reason, SNRIs, they can use to treat people who have nerve pain. Like if you have like chronic diabetes, your nerves might be kind of messed up, or if you have arthritis. So for whatever reason, SNRIs also help with nerve pain. We don't know why. It's like I said, there's a lot of things in medicine, but especially psychiatry, where it's like, yeah, it works. We don't know why, but it works. Well, Beatrin, this is actually what I'm on. I like it. I'm not saying you need to go out and get on it. You should, you know, do what works for you, but I like it. But so this one, instead of working on serotonin, it works on dopamine and norepinephrine. And I think I explain later on what dopamine is, but I guess serotonin and dopamine are both like increased. They're both associated with the feeling of good mood. I guess dopamine, people would say, is like a little more like a little more associated with like addictive behaviors, maybe like gambling and stuff, but that's just if I think that's if you have like an extreme excess of it, you know. But I think if you're depressed, a little dopamine and norepinephrine is a good thing. And so this is another med where it actually has like 2 different purposes. This also helps people quit smoking because it blocks nicotine receptors. And so if you smoke a cigarette on this, it's basically just gonna be less fun because you're getting less impact from it. And so this one is also known for being very like, it's known for being more activating, like it will wake you up. And so, sorry if it sounds like I'm oversharing. I just like, I've had like depression, anxiety before, and this has been really helpful for me. And I was like really sleepy before, and this kind of helps me to wake up a little more. So I think this is actually also just used like, some people just have, well, sometimes when people sleep for a long time, we can explain why, but sometimes we also can't explain why. It's like, I think if you sleep too long and we don't know why, we'd call that idiopathic hypersomnia. And idiopathic basically just means like it exists, but we don't know why and we don't have a good explanation. So it's like if someone is oversleeping and we don't have a good reason, like sleep apnea or something, like this might be helpful just to regulate their sleep and get them going. I included some other stuff that I kind of kept this shorter because these are a lot less common these days. I think a lot of some of these meds I think are like older. Like this is just what we had a couple of decades ago, and we have better things now. And it's just like they exist. Like people on occasion will still be on these, but it's just is that what nicotine patches are made from? Aren't nicotine patches literally just made from nicotine? So you can get like a little bit, but it's like you need a little bit of nicotine, but less than you would have in a cigarette. So you can kind of like get over it slowly, right? Anyways, but these they're called tricyclics or TCAs, and monoamine oxidase inhibitors or MAOIs. I hope I pronounced that right. These ones, I know less about them because they're just not super common these days. But I remember this one, MAOIs, this sucks because there was like a long like biochemical reason that I don't remember anymore, but when you're on these ones, MAOIs, you have to restrict your diet. So it's like you can't have like cheese, wine, aged meat, smoked fish. There's like, it creates some kind of reaction with it that it's not good. Hi Chan. You've been oversleeping. Me too, honestly. But I'm sure there's people out there for who this works, but it's like, I think most of us, like if you eat cheese and wine and you like it, I love cheese and wine. I actually love everything on this list. If you enjoy these, oh sorry, I'm blocking it so you guys can't even see it, but it says no avocados, cheese, wine, aged meat, smoked fish. I think if you're like enjoy these things, you don't want to cut it out of your diet. That sucks. I mean, also, there's just like this number of interactions it has with like cold medicines, like nasal decongestions. It's just like, that's just kind of a lot of, it's a lot to worry about. So it's not super common these days. This is a thing, serotonin syndrome. So I would say in medicine, basically anything, too much of anything is bad. So serotonin syndrome it's like the name sounds, you have too much serotonin and it creates a bad thing. And so there's like, I think the main way this would happen is either if you like overdose on antidepressants, or if maybe like somehow you actually got prescribed like 2 antidepressants from 2 different doctors they didn't know or something. But there's also this plant called St. John's wort, which like I don't know if I've ever heard of anyone taking this, but it's this plant that apparently this plant has some like kind of natural antidepressant properties and works for some people as like a supplement. But I guess if this thing is having some kind of serotonin properties and you're taking this, but you're also taking like serotonin drugs, that could create too much serotonin. So I think I included, but like overall, this is pretty uncommon. It's like, if you're taking your medications as prescribed and you're not like double dipping on doctors or something, I don't think this should really happen to you. I thought this was an interesting image though. This is the symptoms. So this is what would happen if you had serotonin syndrome. It's like, your like muscles get rigid, you have high fever, you're sweating. I suppose if you have these symptoms, you should probably go to the doctor anyways, but I guess especially if you're taking like serotonin meds and you accidentally took like several doses or something, like especially go to the emergency room. Okay, next up, anti-anxiety meds. Let me take a drink. So the first slide in the anti-anxiety page is Hello, Neko Hiko. Yeah. Autism pills. I wish we had that. Not quite yet. Anyways, yes, this is, my first thing in the anti-anxiety thing is antidepressants, because, a lot of times, you know, SSRIs and such are prescribed for anxiety also. And so a lot of people who have, like, depression, they're also going to have anxiety or vice versa. Like, not everyone. You can obviously just have anxiety or you can just have depression, but, like, a lot of people are going to have both. So it's like you can hopefully take an SSRI and that will have a positive effect on both. And that's called comorbidity, by the way, when it's, like, more than one thing happening at once. And so a lot of medications that are... Is anxiety serotonin related? That's a good question. I don't know. What is anxiety related to, like, in terms of neurotransmitters? I don't know if I know right now, actually. But yeah, a lot of medications for anxiety are really short acting. And so they're not necessarily as good for long-term use. So benzodiazepines. So these enhance a neurotransmitter called GABA. And so GABA is another neurotransmitter like serotonin and norepinephrine. So this reduces firing of the neurons in the brain, and that has a calming effect. And so GABA is actually also like the main neurotransmitter affected by alcohol, if I remember correctly.
Yippee!
Oh, AGRM, thank you for rejoining membership. Yippee! Yeah, thanks for 12 months, your 1 year anniversary. Thank you. Yeah, I think GABA is also the thing that makes us feel very like calm and drowsy and sleepy when we have alcohol. Like, it's not literally alcohol. They have different mechanisms of action, which, like, I didn't get into in this PowerPoint, but these work very rapidly. It's like, hi, RJazz. It's like the SSRIs and those depression drugs. Usually you have to take those for a few weeks, and it's like a daily drug that you need to take for a few weeks before it starts. You've taken high scrap and build ourselves. You've taken GABA. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder what the difference between that is and just taking straight up benzodiazepines. Oh, hi. There's so many people in the chat. Sorry if I didn't say hi to anyone, just so I don't interrupt the PowerPoint too much. But hello. This is not like... I mean, I guess you could... There are people who take like a little bit of this every day, but I think generally that's not like the best long-term situation because these can be kind of addictive. So I think the ideal use for this is like if someone has specific anxiety episodes and it's like, this is something like you take like when you're feeling bad to feel better. So this is like if you're having an anxiety attack and you have an anxiety attack once a month or something, you take this and then it's like maybe 30 minutes later you start to feel better. Whereas with like SSRIs, like that's something you take every day. And like, I'll say that's like, I think some people with SSRIs, it's like they think it's like an aspirin where it's like, oh, well, when I have a headache, I take an aspirin and the headache goes away. So when I feel sad, I'll take an SSRI and the sad will go away. And I was like, no. No. That's not how that works. It's like taking an SSRI like one time or for 1 week and expecting it to work. Like, that's kind of like if you went to the gym for one day and you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to be buff when I walk out of here. It's like, no, you need to do that every day. This is more one where it's like you take it. Ideally, you would only take these like once in a while and you take it like when you're feeling really bad. Beta blockers. So, oh yeah, it's like a lot of these things in this PowerPoint were kind of made for one thing and end up being used for multiple things. So this is, beta blockers are... They're actually kind of more of a blood pressure drug, really, and they block something called beta receptors, and that's why they're beta blockers. And so, beta receptors kind of basically activate your sympathetic system or fight or flight. So, what beta receptors do is like raise your heart rate, raise your blood pressure, like that kind of thing. And so, if you have high blood pressure, this would lower your blood pressure, but it's like. Coincidentally, a lot of these problems like high blood pressure, high heart rate, it's like a lot of these are the things you will also experience if you're having like a panic attack or anxiety. So actually it's like, even though this was kind of created for blood pressure, we could also use it for This is another one that's short acting. Like, I don't think you would take this every day. I don't think this is something that would be like appropriate for every day for anxiety, as far as I know. If you have blood pressure, I think you would take it every day, but I don't think this would be good for daily anxiety. So I think the main thing this is used for is like, yeah, like stage fright. Someone says stage fright in the audience. I think this is kind of recommended if someone has like a clear situation in which they get anxious, like a phobia. It's like, if you're like, I hate airplanes, and every time I go on an airplane, I start crying and shaking, and it's terrible. It's like beta blockers are like, if you go on an airplane once every 6 months, you could take this an hour beforehand and then hopefully be in a little better mood on the airplane. Or like stage fright, I've heard of people take, yeah, like exams, presentations. I think these anxiety drugs are kind of useful if you have like specific episodes of anxiety where it's like, I have a panic attack for 1 hour once a month, or like, I get really scared when I have to present in class or take an exam. So these are kind of more for like specific episodes rather than, like, I suppose there could be people who are taking this daily for anxiety. I don't know if I've ever seen that, but I think like depression drugs, it's like you kind of need to be on that for a few weeks. Like, there's not really a quick fix, whereas anxiety, if it happens in discrete episodes, these could kind of be helpful. Antipsychotics. And so what is psychosis? It could be a lot of things, but I guess you could call it a loss of contact with reality. So here's like some examples. Like, you could have hallucinations, so seeing things that are not there, hearing things that are not there. You could have delusions, and what delusion means is that like you strongly believe either something that's like not true, but like you shouldn't think is true, or something that's just like bizarre. It's like if someone's like, oh, I think the government put like cameras in my potato chips and they're watching me, then like that's a delusion. Or if it's just like, maybe you're like, my neighbor's spying on me and I know it, but there's like kind of no reason, you have no evidence of that and no reason to believe that. That's a delusion too. Yeah, psychosis does not always mean aggression. Yeah, and like nothing in this, like hopefully nothing in this PowerPoint I've said makes anyone like feel bad or anything. A lot of people go through like some kind of mental illness at some points in their life, I think. So this is not like making fun of anyone, by the way. And so psychosis could be caused by drug use, like if you're using really like heavy drugs or drinking a ton or something, or if you have like schizophrenia, bipolar, or even severe depression. Like it can be caused by a lot of things. So there's 2 generations of antipsychotics. So first generation antipsychotics are the older one. Yeah, so I mentioned this earlier, but dopamine is kind of is like known for good mood, but also known for addictive behaviors like gambling or maybe risky, like driving around like a maniac or something. It also plays a lot of roles in movement, which I didn't completely get into this because it would probably be its own PowerPoint, but it's kind of like serotonin, where it's too much is bad. We want some dopamine to feel good and be happy, but if you have too much dopamine, that's actually bad, and that can cause hallucinations. So there's yeah, these are the older antipsychotics. So these just block the dopamine receptors so that like or they antagonize it. That's a scientific word. They make it so that dopamine cannot like bind and be effective in its receptors. And so just doing that and decreasing dopamine can decrease hallucination, which it kind of sounds weird that we need to like decrease dopamine in some people, but that's just considering some of the other drugs increase dopamine, and then now we're like, okay, we're going to decrease dopamine. But these ones are less common because they have a like pretty bad side effect profile, especially compared to things like SSRIs, which are pretty mild in most people. Like heart problems, it decreases your white blood cells. This might sound kind of funny, but it's like this would probably suck for a lot of people. It causes like, it could cause breast enlargement or milk production in men, and like that sounds funny, but that probably really sucks, It caused like a discoloration of your eye. And this one, these first generation antipsychotics, they cause a lot of problems with movement disorders, since dopamine is also involved in movements in like ways that I didn't get into here and I can't even remember honestly, but it's like, this is some of the issues it could cause. It's like, I think a lot of people who have been on these first generation antipsychotics for a long time, it's like they just have like extremely weird bodily movements. It's like they'll make really like odd faces that they can't control. They'll twitch, they'll pace around, they'll be rocking, they can't sit still, like their arms will be squirming around, and it's like they can't control it. And like that just like, that probably really sucks if you're a patient. No one wants that for themselves. I'm sure these medications have been helpful for some people, but it's like, you know, that sucks. It does, I'm sure. So these are second generation antipsychotics. So these are the newer ones that came out in the 1980s. And so these ones I think have well, actually, I feel like all antipsychotics kind of have bad side effects, but this one is a little more better than the first generations. So these ones antagonize dopamine like the first generation ones, but they also antagonize serotonin, which is so weird because it's like the opposite of some of the antidepressants. So I guess it's like, I guess in a way it's like having hallucinations and stuff is psychosis is almost like the opposite of depression in a way. So this has less of a chance of movement disorder, so that's pretty desirable, I think. It can cause weight gain though. It can cause metabolic problems like diabetes. Could cause excessive sleepiness. Yeah, here's just a nice picture that my head's blocking, but yeah, first generation higher risk of neurologic side effects, second generation higher risk of metabolic side effects. Hi Sam, thanks for complimenting my video. But I kind of like, I think sometimes if you're on these meds, it sucks if they have these, I think some of these side effects suck, but I think also it's like if you're keeping up with a doctor and regularly getting your blood levels checked and whatever, it's like maybe managing your weight is a little more easy to manage than managing your arms squirming around or your face twitching. It's like maybe side effects suck, but I guess it's like I said, it's kind of like a trade-off sometimes. It's like maybe you're okay gaining a little weight if you're not hallucinating anymore, or maybe you can change your diet and like, you know, do well. And so I think these are used more often than a first generation antipsychotics these days. Number 4, mood stabilizers. This section's pretty short because honestly, like, we just don't know a ton about these. I don't know if these are harder to research, or maybe it's because depression and anxiety are pretty common, I'd say, but then things like bipolar are certainly, you know, they exist, but I think maybe they're less common, but we just, this one's shorter because we just know less. So these are generally used to treat bipolar disorder. So bipolar is, people who have, I think I explained this here, but, bipolar used to be called manic depressive disorder, and that's because these people have mania and they have depression. So I think most of you probably know what depression is, like generally being very tired, sad, you don't want to move around, like a lot of times you don't want to eat. Mania is like the opposite of depression, but in a bad way. It's like if you had energy but cranked up to the extreme. It's like it's for a week straight and you're only sleeping 2 hours a night because you're just so energetic, and like you're gambling and you're like going out and like maybe you cheat on your partner or something because you're just feeling so, you know, energetic, and like you're spending all your money, and then you bought a new car and you're starting a new business and you're doing all this stuff because you're just so energetic. But it's like, it's actually bad when you're like, it's actually bad when you're so amped up that you're going out to do risky behaviors. That's not a good thing. Like that's, it's like, it's depression, like the opposite of depression, but in like the worst way possible. I think this could, probably be pretty damaging to someone's life, and not, you know, going through this over and over again. It's probably really hard on your relationships and your, you know, your life and your school and your career and everything. Yeah. And so mood stabilizers basically just try to balance this out. So lithium. I barely included anything on this, I think, because we give people with bipolar lithium, and it makes them feel better, and we don't know why. It can cause some issues. I put this mnemonic behind. It's like I'm never gonna remember a mnemonic if it's more than 3 or 4 letters long, honestly. I don't know why they do this, but it's like could cause like thyroid problems, like weight gain, I think like diarrhea. Honestly, a lot of these drugs can cause anything, but Yeah, I don't know what they do to the lithium. I don't know if they like formulate it or like mix it into something or what, but like, yeah, it's like the element lithium. Like, what even is lithium? Is it a metal? What is it? Oh, leukocytosis. So when something ends with cytosis, that means like a decrease in, and leuko is your white blood cells. So, or wait, did I totally get that mixed up? No, leukopenia. Wait, is leukocytosis an increase in white blood cells? Did I totally just embarrass myself? Oh, okay, I'm stupid. Ignore what I just said. Disregard that, disregard that. So, if something, cytosis, I'm sorry, I have senioritis. So if it's, something ends in penia, like leukopenia, that's a decrease in something. So this is leukocytosis. Cytosis means an increase in something. So it's like an increase in white blood cells, which is, it's, I feel like I've betrayed you all as a medical student and future provider, but, okay, so lithium combusts when in contact with water. I would suppose that they mix it in with something, I don't know, I should have Googled this, but, that causes an increase in white blood cells, which, like, I guess sounds desirable, but I think it's just one of those things where it's like anything in excess is bad. It's like probably just creating too much white blood cells is like, you know, like that's not that this is cancer, but like literally like that's what like leukemia is. It's like your body just making white blood cells instead of anything else. So yeah, long story short, leukocytosis is increased white blood cells, which in excess is like a bad thing. Like most things in medicine are a bad thing in excess. Yeah, so this, honestly, I don't have much more to say about this. If people have bipolar, we give them lithium and, we feel better. I don't know. Yeah. I guess that's why they're batteries. I didn't even make that connection. They put batteries in the little picture because they're that's cute. Okay, they make the lithium into a salt and that's how you take it. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. I thought like this next one's kind of so this is yet another situation where this is yet another situation where we made a medication for one thing and then we end up using it for something else because it works. So GABA is the thing that decreases like neurotransmission and firing in the brain. So this is usually used as a seizure drug because I guess if you have seizure is kind of like an abnormal firing of the brain. So I guess if you have more GABA, that prevents the brain from firing so much. That prevents seizures. So this is actually a seizure drug, and it's used to treat bipolar. And I guess it's just kind of because of the GABA. It's like benzodiazepines also work on GABA. So I guess just kind of having this calming molecule in your brain, I guess taking these seizure medications and getting these calming GABA neurotransmitters can be like helpful in your bipolar. So yeah, I think that may be it. Questions, comments, concerns, thoughts. Like also, here's my like resources I used if anyone like wanted to look anything up later. I'll let you, there it is. You can go back and look at it later if you want. But sorry, I didn't read everyone's chat. The chat was moving so fast. But if anyone had any like comments and I didn't read it, you could bring it up again now. Let me drink water. You seem very knowledgeable, guy. I forget. I think you told me at one point what you work in, but what do you work in? Yippee. Oh, Clea, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining my membership. Yeah, I'm glad it was informative, everyone. Sorry if I couldn't answer some of your questions. Like, this was honestly just scratching the surface. Like, I'm sure any one of these medications, it's like you could probably make a whole multi-hour lecture on it. And it's like, I'm not a psychiatrist, so I'm not an expert on these. I'm also not a pharmacist. They're probably, the pharmacists are really smart. They know a lot of things that I don't know. Yeah, I think, yeah, a lot of antidepressants take a couple of weeks to start. I hope you guys, like, at least kind of got an overview of, like, some of the neurotransmitters of the brain and, you know, like, what kind of options we have out there for everyone. Oh yeah, I try to use common English as much as I can when I'm talking because I'm like, I feel like that's how my brain works too. It's like for me to understand something for myself, it's like I feel like I have to break it down into simple language. So I'm like, yeah, I'll definitely do that for people because some of you, you know, are probably smarter than me, but then maybe some of you don't even you haven't taken a science class since like high school or something. So I try to make it simple. What's my thoughts on using supplements instead of medications? So again, I'm not giving anyone medical advice. Like, always go speak to a professional. I think in an ideal world, I feel like if you can take care of your mental illness without medications, and you can do it through like yoga or like therapy, or fixing your like exercising or running, it's like, I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like if you can do anything for yourself without medicine, I think that's great, honestly. Like, and I'm saying this as someone who's on medications. I think if you can ever manage something without medications, like, I think that's great, honestly. But then also, it's like, if you've been trying to sleep and eat well and see a therapist and stuff, and it's like, it's not working, it's like, there are other options out there for you. And it's just like, the reason I say it can be good to avoid medications is like, well, now you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to worry about like going on vacation and forgetting it. You don't have to like keep going to the doctor. That's just my opinion, though. And I'm saying this as someone who's like on medications. Do doctors ever give people placebo for stuff like this to see if it works? I think that would be a violation of the Hippocratic Oath. Like, that kind of sounds evil and illegal. I guess if you signed up for like a research study. Why things take weeks or months to begin doing their job. I wonder if some things I think they just kind of have to like accumulate in the brain a little bit. I think. Let me keep reading the chat. Yes, you can. I agree, Splishy, terrific. I think there's some incredibly smart people in medicine and other scientific fields who are experts in their area, and like some of the smartest people you've ever met, and they're like not good communicators, and some of them are kind of mean, honestly, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally. Yeah, but Guy's right. St. John's yeah, that's like, I mentioned it earlier in the stream, but yeah, I think if actually for everyone, if you're on any supplements other than just like a like a multivitamin or whatever, if you're taking any specific supplements, try to tell your doctor when you go in for an appointment, just because a lot of things can have interactions with medications. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Oh, you're gonna start med school this summer, Nika? That's awesome. Yeah. I liked med school. I can't believe it's ending. It was a crazy ride. There's okay. Thanks for the resident advice, Flu MD. Yeah, I'm scared. I'm a little scared, but I'm trying to be excited and optimistic for trying to be a physician. But I don't know, maybe in a couple of weeks I'll tell you guys about my first day of being a doctor. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe it'll be interesting. But yeah, let's go. We can go chat for a minute. Yeah. How's everyone's evening going though? Thanks to everyone who came and stopped by, even if it was just for a few minutes. Hi, Haru. Hi, Sam. I think I probably forgot to tell some people hi. But yeah, hi anyone who's here. Sorry, chat was moving fast and I was trying to not get like super derailed on my PowerPoint. Yeah, yeah, I'll try to tell you guys about being a doctor when I'm a doctor. I probably won't tell any patient stories just because it's like I feel like that would be disloyal to patients. It's like their stories are not mine to share on the internet with strangers, but yeah, I'm glad you like the unique content. Sorry, there's like a helicopter outside my apartment. I don't know if that's messing up my microphone, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, hi, sorry, my brain is like, I used up all my brain cells. So like confidentiality, it's like, so it's called like HIPAA in the United States. I don't know if it's called something else in other places, and it's like, technically you could tell, I think you can tell patient stories as long as there's no identifying information. It's like if you were like, oh, it was really sad, this like girl came in with a really bad car crash and her leg was burned, and you were just telling that to your friend, it's like, I think that's okay. But then if you're like, oh, like, you won't believe who I just saw in the ER. It was like it was that waiter we had at the restaurant the other night. He was just in the ER, and he he was vomiting, and it's like you can't offer identifying information like that. It's, I don't know. Hopefully that made sense. But also, it's like, even if I was saying things without identifying information, I just like, I don't know if this is the time or place to talk about that, because it's like, I would probably feel kind of weird if I like was in the hospital and I was really sick, and then I found out someone was like tweeting about me or like talking about me on their stream. I don't know. So that's just not, there's like good places to learn about patient stories. My channel is probably not going to be one of them, but there's other stuff I can talk about. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, everyone, though. It's also like, also nice to see people like really show up for my educational content streams. Like, that makes me happy. But yeah, I'm gonna try to like I have some shorts I need to record, science shorts. I think I pinned my Discord if any of you are not in my Discord and want to be, and I don't know, I'll try to come up with more science content soon. You guys can always tell me what you're interested in, especially if it's medical stuff, because I could probably make medical content a little more accurately than other stuff. But other than that, man, I gotta go to school tomorrow, so and yeah, hi Alice. Yeah, I agree. If you're really specific about an injury, it's like, yeah, it could just, that's why it's just like a can of worms where I'm like, it's probably stream is, I feel like it's one thing if it's like you have a really hard day in the hospital and you go home and tell like your partner or your mom or something, but then it's like if you're telling things on the internet, I feel like that's different. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, everyone, though. I would hang out forever, but I have school tomorrow, so I'm like, I should go pack my lunch and pack up my school bag and be a responsible adult. It's tragic. Nah, just kidding. I think I'll have a good month. Man, yeah, I don't know when I'll stream again, cause hopefully I'll try to stream sometime during the weekdays this week. It's gonna be a big week for me, though. We'll see what happens. But I'll try to keep in contact with everyone on Twitter. Okay, thanks for stopping by, everyone. I'll see you, I don't know when, but I'll tell you when we'll see each other. And Faywell, thanks for learning with me. And yeah, the VOD will be here if anyone missed it. So bye-bye, Faywell. Oh, wait, actually, don't leave yet. I can do something. Wait, hold on. Don't leave. Let me donate some memberships to people, because I have memberships I can, Don't leave, wait, I'm gonna donate some memberships. Give 5 memberships, just going to 5 random people. Let's see who it goes to. Swirly Bro, Splish, Karma Komodo, The Grits, Zip, Limey. Okay, there, thank you, congrats to everyone who got a free membership. I did not like choose you or whatever, it's just random. Let me see if anyone I know streaming that we can raid. It does not look like anyone I personally know is streaming. Okay, now goodbye for real. Congrats to people who got membership. And let's hang out later. Bye. Be well.